with heart. When anybody had a problem, he was there. Chuck Hickling needed a driver for first day qualifying money. Enter Bill Muncey. When Evelyn Manchester lost her husband Rex in 1966, the first one to console her was Bill Muncey. He sat with her all day, lending his support. He was, despite all obstacles, the true champion in a sport where your life is on the line around every turn. Why would he, like many of his fellow drivers, keep coming back?
The men that I have known over the last 25 years of racing are definitely different type individuals. They have to have a challenge. If they weren't out on race boats, they'd be in race cars or climbing mountains. They just have to do it. And it doesn't make any difference how much we talk to them and cry and scream and holler and stay here. They go out. They just love it. The challenge is there and they've got to try.
Dave HEERENSPERGER of the Pay and Pack went head-to-head with Muncey over the years. He recalls him this way.
To me, he's bigger than Babe Ruth was to baseball. Bill was Mr. Hydroplaning. There isn't anybody that's second, third, fourth. There isn't much to talk about. He was a wonderful person. He was a good friend of mine. But the biggest thing is he loved to race and he loved hydroplane, and which I do too. But I've not contributed anything like Bill Muncey has, and all I can say is for myself and all our friends in the sport that we're just going to, there's no replacing him. We're just going to miss him a lot.
Many enter our lives, but few enter our hearts. Bill Muncey was one of those. With so many flips, accidents, and now death, once again, you've got to wonder about the sport of hydroplane racing itself, its safety, its future. Bob Throndsen has that story.
July 27, 1980, the place Pasco on the Columbia River. John Walters at the controls of the Pay and Pack. Suddenly, the boat kites or catches the wind. It flips almost twice before the hull slams into the river, shattering the pack and sending Walters to the hospital with a broken hip and internal injuries. Could this kind of accident, or the one that killed Bill Muncey, be prevented? Could the drivers escape unhurt? Most of the time, says a man who has spent his life designing and building hydroplanes. Seattleite Ron Jones has designed a hull that would redistribute the weight and bring the nose back down once it starts to kite. So far, though, nobody has built or raced such a hull. It would, says Jones, slow down the boat, and drivers won't race a slow hydro. So he has another idea. Put the drivers in a capsule to protect them.
This is a small artist. The driver would be completely enclosed in a capsule-like egg, and it would be bolted to the hull. And if the hull were to disintegrate, this little capsule would stay intact. The driver may have to have some of his own air breathing system so that he could stay alive if the thing were upside down or leaked water. And I'm sure that there are those who would try to say, well, that might not work in such and such an event. That's true. But if we could save one fella or two, that would be worth the effort.
People are always going to lose their head, and they're going to go fast and try to, competitive spirit is going to take over. And we've just got to build some safety into it that will protect us when these unfortunate accidents happen, like happened yesterday.
After watching drivers die, two of them his own, and watching John Walters survive that spectacular flip on the Columbia, Pay and Pack owner Dave HEERENSPERGER thinks the time for more safety is now. He says it'll be a key topic at next month's Hydro Association meeting in New Orleans. I'm Bob Throndsen, News 4.
And so Bill Muncey becomes the 13th driver to be killed in hydroplane racing, but the sport goes on. We will miss him.
It won't be the same without that big cowboy hat and that smile.
No question about it.
Thanks, Harry.
Thank you, Harry.